Hey there, my fellow pen enthusiasts. It's me, it's Troy, and I am here to do a review. And I want to start with a review of something that I bought on massdrop.com. I have purchased from them a couple of times. I have not been disappointed in everything at Massdrop. And so I figured, all right, I'll give this one a shot. They had something that I thought was going to be worth my while. And as you may know, I kind of like Demonstrator fountain pens because if you've seen some of my videos, you know that I've done some demonstrators. And you can look at my channel for my full review of the demonstrators that I have on hand. Just know that I don't mind picking up more, and I'm going to share another one today. But also know too, I've got one on the way that will eventually show up that'll blow all these ones away. I'm fully expecting it to be the biggest and the best, and it's going to be customized to my specifications, and it's going to be one that I actually have already paid for. I just have to wait because it's a custom build. So I'm looking forward anxiously to that. Unfortunately, I have to wait until the summer to get it. But let's start with this one. Herbin. You're probably familiar with some of their inks. I've got some of their inks up here on my shelf, a lot of them in samples, and I decided to give a try on Massdrop. And I don't remember exactly how much it was, and I was trying to look it up in my email, and on Massdrop, I'd really have to go dig up my transaction history to remember just how much I paid for it. I thought it was like $17, $16. Hey, real quick, I'm doing a real quick edit here because I went back after I did the initial recording on these Herbin clear demonstrator pens, and I was way off on my pricing. Actually, it was $29.99 for these two pens and that 10 milliliter bottle of ink. So way overpriced for what I got and the quality that I got. These are not worth no $15 a piece, in my humble yet most accurate opinion. I mean, they're okay, but I don't think they're worth no 15 bucks even with the little bottle of ink thrown in. So anyway, I just interrupt. So back to regular recording. To get one of these right here. This is their clear demonstrator by Herbin. It comes wrapped in cellophane. It says made in Taiwan right on it. So Herbin being a French company, we know it's not made in Europe, but it is made in Taiwan. And you pull it out, you're going to see that you've got this little thing right there that says fountain pen on one side, and it says here that should say converter on the other, as I recall. Yep, converter on the other. So it came, the deal was to get two of them. So I got the two exact demonstrators, exact same. So I'm going to put that one down, and I am going to show you the one that I just bought, which I do believe I put already over here in my pen case for my daily carry, and that is my pen of the day. So they got the little barcode on the back here. On this side it says right here Herbin, and it's got the clear acrylic body, silver pen clip, silver dome for a finial, and on the bottom you've got a little step down there where it posts, and then it's just clear plastic at the bottom. I chose that I wanted the medium point. I'm not a fan of fine points necessarily, or even some extra fines, and I always want to go with a medium, just as a general rule of thumb for me. It's got a slip cap, which some twist and some slip, but a lot of my demonstrators are twist rather than slip, but that is a slip cap. And you can see I've got this thing inked up. I believe I've got an Asa blue, a diamine Asa blue in this thing right now. So you can see right there you've got a clear view into the feed and your nib. It unscrews here, and you've got your converter, and it's not an expensive converter. I didn't expect a real expensive converter. And you'll see that it's just a simple twist. It's not the slide type. It inked up fairly well, didn't have any issues with that. And Simple as that. Nothing special to it. Nothing incredibly out of the ordinary. It posts very nicely. Well, at least I thought it did. No, apparently it's not. It did. Well, it'll post, just not securely, put it that way. Because I was using it earlier, I didn't have any problems. But, alright, so it's not going to post real secure. Or securely, to use the proper adverb. Holding it in the hand, it's a little short for me. And that's why I was posting it earlier. I didn't have any problems. So, can I twist that in a little bit? Nope. Nope. Not happy with it. So I can go try to write with it, and I get the risk of it doing that right there. So, anyway, I can write with it unposted. I have tried that. Here's the thing. When I got this pen, when I get a pen, number one, I expect it to write, and I expect it to write well. This is one of those where I wrote with it, and it skipped. It didn't write very well. I was a little disappointed. Even for a medium nib, I was a little disappointed. So I had to do a little bit of nib work on this to get it to write the way that I thought it ought to write, so it wouldn't be skipping. So I checked tine alignment on it, got out my little magnifying glass, so I checked the alignment, I checked everything on it, everything looked good. So I made it just a little bit wetter, and then I had to smooth it after making it just a little wetter. So I got out my little smoothing kit and just spent a couple of minutes smoothing out that nib just a hair bit. Now it writes a whole lot better than it did. So what I'll do, this is a short one. I mean, this is nothing really special. The pen is okay. I don't think I'd buy it again. Now that I've got it and I've used it, now that it writes okay, I will use it. But I would not buy it as a gift for somebody necessarily. I wouldn't think it anything worth adding to my collection again if I ever had to do it. If I lost it or broke it, it would be one of those, oh well, kind of thing. So I do have one more, obviously, that came in a 2-pack. Now, so here's the other thing that came in that mass drop purchase, J. Herbin ink. Now, along with the 2 clear Demonstrator pens came a 10 milliliter bottle of ink. You don't really realize how much 10 milliliters is just by reading the description. And I'm actually looking on their website. I've got the drop pulled up. It's not active right now on Mass Drop, but they've got these nice bottles that there's no perspective on the picture. They got the bottles by themselves, which is probably on purpose because you don't realize they're that small. So, 10 milliliters of ink is actually a bottle that tiny. I was shopping for a black ink. I wanted to add some more blacks to my collection because I was just looking for different shades and different wetness of ink. So I went ahead and, because I'm familiar with J. Herbin ink, I went ahead and ordered their Pearl Noir. And you can tell that I've already used it. The thing about this bottle, they filled it, this 10 milliliter bottle, so full that when you stick a nib in there, ink flowed. It spilled out over the sides, and I had a massive ink spill that I had to clean up, which was not a whole lot of fun. But, alright, I've got a 10 milliliter bottle of ink. Basically, it's a big old ink sample, so it just came with it. So 2 pens and a bottle of ink. So what we'll do is we'll do a writing sample of it so you can see how it does. Now keep in mind, the writing sample that I'm doing with this thing is after I've done some nib work. Previously it had skipped. Matter of fact, I may have right in here, I do believe, is the writing sample that I do whenever I get a pen in a new ink, because I had not tried this Diamine Ace of Blue. This was my first writing right here. And you can see it was skipping some up here. And I was not happy with that. Down here, you can see I increased the ink flow a little bit and I did some smoothing. So that Ace of Blue actually looks a little darker and a little broader, and it looks better that way. So, you know, so what? Let's skip the writing sample for this one. Let's call that my writing sample for now. So I'll put up some statistics and all, and let me give you a comparison to some of the other Demonstrator pens that I've got for the J. Herbin. Alright, let's do a quick comparison with some other Demonstrator pens that I've got, so you can get a size comparison and an idea of how big the J. Herbin pen is compared to others. This, of course, is a TWSBI Eco. This is the J. Herbin. This is the Lingmo Lorelei, and next to it is one I recently reviewed, is the Monteverde Monza. So you can see, girth-wise, it's very comparable to these others. The shape is a little bit different. What I'll do is, I'll just take these two here. You can see that the design is indeed different of the cap. The design's a little bit different on the clip. Definitely different on the finial. Definitely different on the barrel. So I can only assume this being made in Taiwan, and probably the others are made in China. Not by the same company, is my assumption. Now Taiwan, let's see, does TWSBI, I thought was in Taiwan. I may be wrong, but just gives you an idea. It's not too far off in size from the Lingmo Lorelei. You can see that these are both converters, and you know, this being a fine nib, not a fan. This being a medium nib that needed smoothing, not a fan. So it was a little bit disappointing to me. Actually, I enjoy a good Demonstrator type pen, and I was looking forward to a medium nib in one like I did that Monteverde Monza. Overall, Oriental, I won't say bottom of the barrel ones. I mean, let me give you an example. This is a 992 that I'm giving away to somebody. And this 992 for like a dollar something, $1.20, and this one happened to be in black. I'll be delivering this to the guy who wanted one tomorrow. Probably by the time you see this video, who knows if it'll be tomorrow or not. But this pen, though it's a fine nib, I did a tiny little bit of work on it. It writes every bit as good, if not better, than that J. Herbin did. So for the price, is it worth that kind of money? Well, you're comparable right now to the Lingmo Lorelei. The Lingmo, I think I paid $12 for it. The Monteverde Monza was $16. Now, it's not really worth the money, in my opinion. So I would not buy the J. Herbin pen again. But I've got it, so I will use it. Like I said, it is my pen of the day today, so it will be following me around in my pocket here in just a little while. So.